The Royal Canadian Mint is marking Black History Month with the striking new collector's coin. The 2026 $20 fine silver coin features traditional Adinkra symbols honoring the ancestral heritage of Ghana's Akan people. These symbols have been used for centuries across West Africa to represent values, life lessons, and cultural wisdom, each design carrying its own meaning. Now, only 5,000 of these coins have been minted worldwide, making it a limited edition piece for collectors, and the coin is currently selling for around $200. And for more on the coin, I am joined by the designer of the coin, Kwame Delfish, and his partner and storyteller at the Black Brush, Claudia Apiatain. It's great to have both of you here with us. Let's talk about this coin. It is so stunning, so beautiful, but it has a special meaning. Kwame, let me ask you, tell us about the meaning behind this coin and describe the design.
Well, the design is, well, you'll see the Adinkra symbols on the design, and these were something that was once printed on cloth, right? So now, from cloth to metal, we're able to take those same design characteristics and apply it to, this metal canvas being the mint coin. And yeah, pairing these, I think it's cool because we paired a lot of these symbols, so many to choose from, but we paired them with, themes that are a foundation to Canadian pride and identity.
And like you mentioned, there are so many symbols, hundreds of Adinkra symbols, and you had to make sure they were accurate. So you went to the brains, Claudia here, and you asked her, tell me about these symbols. And Claudia, how did you narrow it down to 5 symbols, and what are the meanings behind the one that we're seeing on this coin?
Wow, there are so many. I think there are over 300 coins, and the way that I just went as narrow as I did was just focusing on some of the core values that make sense for Canada, right? So each one of them, there are 5 on each kind of concentric ring on the circle, represents, nature, peace, community, diversity, and respect. So I think that makes sense in the context of the Akan culture and how that also mirrors Canadian pride and value.
Wow, that's amazing. Like you mentioned, mirrors Canada as well. And Kwame, let me ask you, what was the creative design process like? How does one work with the Royal Canadian Mint to make Canadian history?
You know what? It is a cool job, but it's also, there's a lot of responsibility and honor, also being able to tell Canadian stories. But again, the process is, when you're doing that, it's a lot of accuracy because this is history at the end of the day. So it's a grueling process, but it's fun in all, and we happen to get through it every year, 5 times now, and hopefully we have another.
Wow, 5 times. That is impressive. 5 years in a row now. And we don't know where these coins will end up, right? There's 5,000 of them. They could be all across the country. When people see these coins, what are the conversations you hope they will spark, and how do you hope people will feel?
I hope it just brings about a sense of pride and togetherness when it relates to just people. We are multicultural, we're diverse. One of the symbols speaks directly to that, and I want to be able to have people really look at Adinkra symbols as a language in and of itself, and it is that, right? So I hope people just dig in and start doing their own research around what Adinkra symbols mean and how it can tie back to us here in Canada.
And Kwame, like you mentioned, this is your 5th coin now. Yes. How does it stand out for you? How do you want it to be remembered?
I mean, I'm still in awe sometimes. I'm always reminded about how big of a feat this is. But at the end of the day, as she said, you know what? I want for each coin to people to kind of dive into the story, learn more about these stories. A lot of these stories, even for myself, when these themes come up, it's a learning. As much as it's a job, it's a learning experience at the same time. So I would love others to do the same and just pour into these stories and learn more about Canadian culture and Black culture.
Yeah, and I have to ask you guys, so there are about 5,000 coins. They're $200 each. So this is a rare coin. Have people been calling your phone, blowing your phone up, saying, hey, you have the hookup on this coin? How can I get my hands on one?
It is true. You know, it is probably the most expensive it has been over the years. I think when we started, the coins were about $89, $99, but you know, with metals and the way that is today, yeah, this coin is now $200 and plus dollars.
I won't be surprised if the price continues to go up, and for a good reason.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful coin with an amazing history behind it. Kwame, Claudia, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on this coin.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
And you're watching Toronto's Breaking News, CP24. Stay with us. We have more of your top stories after the break.